Hello students, welcome to class 11 physics. In this video we are going to discuss about the concurrent forces of chapter 5, laws of motion. What are concurrent forces? Explain equilibrium of particle under effect of concurrent forces. If the line of action of all given forces passes through same point, then these forces are called concurrent forces. In mechanics, when resultant force acting on a particle is zero, then particle is said to be in equilibrium. In this case, particle is either stationary or moving with a constant velocity. That means, suppose we are having a book on the table, and if it is stationary, then we know that no force is acting on that. But it is not true. The forces that is acting on the book is the weight that is in downward direction, as well as the normal force that is in upward direction, which is provided by the surface. And these two forces are equal in magnitude and opposite, so the resultant force is zero, and so the book is stationary, so it is said to be in equilibrium. In the same way, if it is moving with constant velocity, in that case also it is said to be in equilibrium. So if only one force acts on the particle, then it has accelerated motion. It cannot remain in equilibrium. If forces F1 and F2 act on the particle, then for equilibrium, summation of F equals to 0. So here, as shown in the figure, on the particle, two forces are acting, F1 in one direction and F2 in the other direction. The summation of these two forces is 0. That means force F1 and F2 are equal in magnitude but in opposite direction, and for this reason the resultant force is 0, and so it is said to be in equilibrium. The particle is said to be in equilibrium. The same thing is true when force is acting in this direction F1 and force F2 is acting in the opposite direction on the particle. In that case also the summation of the force F1 and F2 is equals to 0. If three forces F1, F2 and F3 act on the particle, then for equilibrium, summation F equals to 0. That is F1 plus F2 plus F3 equals to 0. So no matter what number of forces are acting on the particle, but if the resultant force is 0, then it is said to be in equilibrium. So to satisfy the equilibrium condition, the summation of all the forces should be 0. So from this equation we can write F3 equals to minus F1 plus F2, taking F1 and F2 on the other side. So seeing this figure, let F1 be force F1, that is PQ vector, QR vector is F2 and PR vector is F3 vector. So to satisfy this condition, F3 equals to minus of F1 plus F2 Let us take first the resultant of F1 and F2. Let us take F1 vector and F2 vector. So to get the resultant of this F1 and F2, we need to use the parallelogram method. And this diagonal will be giving the resultant of F1 and F2. From the equation we know that this resultant force is equal and opposite to that of the force F3. So F1 and F2 is in this direction. So in the opposite direction will be the force F3. As you can see in this figure. So by parallelogram law of forces, resultant force of F1 and F2 is represented by the diagonal. When force F3 equal to same magnitude is applied to opposite direction, particle will be in equilibrium. So by triangle of the vector PQ plus QR plus RP equals to 0, that is F1 plus F2 plus F3 equals to 0. So summation of F equals to 0. So in generalized form, if there are number of forces acting on a particle, then f1 plus f2 plus f3 up to fn equals to 0. Then for equilibrium, the summation of vector f equals to 0. That shows that when all the forces are added, it should be equals to 0. If f1, f2 and f3 make angle with coordinate axes, then for equilibrium, f1x plus f2x plus f3x equals to 0. That is, the summation of x component of the forces should be equals to 0. f1y plus f2y plus f3y equals to 0. That is, summation of y component of all the forces is equals to 0. In the same way, for z-axis, summation of z component of all the forces should be equals to 0, where f1x, f1y, f1z are respective component with x, y and z axis respectively. So students, you may note down this theory.